King KO. KXNG space KO.
So,
You know, you are such a mystery to me in a great way because you have so many calculated artistic layers about you, from the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you style yourself. You always logo brand down every day. Just just when you just bumping into you this morning at breakfast, I'm like, look at that guy. You always in the element of creation. Where does that come from?
it's really just a natural thing for me. You know, I'm just naturally creative for sure. And I'm a private person for real. For the most part, I understand that I've given my life to the public because I do music and I do other things like community work. But at the same time, I am a private person, so my life is a struggle of finding that balance for real, of being able to be private and still being basically owned by the public. I gotta watch what I do. I gotta watch what I say. I don't have the same freedoms that some people have because I'm being watched a little bit more closely. So I try to keep as much close to the chest as I can for real.
With this level of creativity, I call it on a level of Kanye West to a degree because, you know, Kanye West was constantly in the mode of creating Dark Twisted Fantasy, Red October, just everything. I see you deep into that as well in your own lane. I'm not saying you're him, but you just do it at a high level. You have futuristic thinking. What does the future look like for you in the next 10 years? I mean, based on the empire you're trying to build.
Man, it's crazy, right? Because like I gotta quote the late great Nipsey, like, man, I scratched so many goals off my list, I had to write a new list. You know what I mean? Like, I remember I used to do music. I was so hungry for music to be like the number one income source. You know what I mean? And it's not my number one income source, but it is an income source. And I'm at a point now where like, I don't have to make music to make money, so I'm able to be creating. You know what I'm saying? Which is just a whole different level of freedom, where I could just kind of say what I want and do what I want, and not really have to. There was a point where I was making music just to get people to buy my music, where now I can just make music that I want to make. You know what I mean? And there was still sincerity in that music, but I'm thinking like, what do people like versus what do I want to say? Now I'm like, I'm at that point where I'm just saying what I want to say.
It's about the freedom then.
Right, and so that's what the future looks like for me, is just like, expanding on the goals that I've reached and becoming a better version of myself, changing what I need to change and just expanding on, what I'm good at, for real, taking care of my people, making sure everybody continues to eat. And in 10 years, hopefully I could have 20, 30 houses that I done passed out. You know what I mean? Taking care of my people, next generation coming up, it don't stop.
I want to ask you this. You're in the studio today, Paramount Studio. Shout out to the whole team over there. You were in room C, the same room that Nipsey Hussle created Victory Lap. I know how you feel about Nipsey, but how did it feel sitting in the same lounge chair he was in when he was talking about doing the song Dedicated and doing the song Last Time That I Checked? How did it feel, man? Because I know how much you love Nip.
Yeah, it's always gonna be love for All Money In, for Nipsey, for that whole family. I was talking to my peoples earlier, like, sometimes with like drill music, you might be driving around, you might go by a school bus, you want to turn it down, you don't really want the kids to hear it, but like I always say, Nipsey was one of them type of artists, you ain't never have to turn his music down, you never had to turn it off, you never had to be like, oh, people shouldn't hear this, it was just all game. So it's kind of surreal being out here, going to the Marathon store, going to Marathon Burger, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like going down the same streets they all lived on and worked on, and then going and seeing Victory Lap Platinum in there was crazy, you know what I mean? But it only makes sense, it's right down the street from where they all at. So yeah, shout out to them, long live Nipsey, but All Money In still holding it down. It's a whole team over there, as y'all can see, they still expanding. So shout out to what they doing, and
Rooftop store, everything.
For sure, the rooftop store is crazy too. Everything they put out is quality, man. So it's worth it, man. It's worth the price at the Marathon for sure.
King KO, the brand of King KO. What is, in 2025, what steps are you going to take to ensure the legacy of what you believe in is even brighter?
First off, of course, self-discipline. You know, taking a long, hard look at myself and seeing once again what I'm doing well, what I'm not doing well, and expand on what I am doing well and correct what I'm not doing well. You know what I mean? 2024 was a year of interesting experiences, and I got a lot done in the background, so I learned a lot, and that's what's really important. Every day I try to learn, so every day in 2024 I learned. You know, it was joyous, it was painful, and as always, we will be victorious as we continue to be. So,
We got the mansion tomorrow.
for sure.
Jetliner views overlooking LA.
Yeah.
We got, we got the docuseries we're doing tomorrow, photo shoots, performance if you want to, definitely is there. But definitely, man, you have so much moving in your life. So proud of you. Instagram handle is at Kxng KO, correct?
For sure.
All right, man. We built different radio.
Let's
pushers.
go.
Love you, kid.
Radio pushes, UGC. Let's get it, baby.
Let's get it. One.